In this video, I'll go over adding team members as users to your account and setting up team roles and permissions. Ontraport lets you invite team members to your account so they can work with you on your business. But you can limit what they can and can't view or edit. You have total control of your account. Let's say you have a veterinary clinic and you want your team to have access to your tasks and contact records, but not automations or pages. Using this example for our lesson, I'll show you how to create roles and assign permissions, create and assign a user to a role, and use the special field section permissions. Let's get started. So first, let's create roles and assign permissions. Go to your profile icon in the upper right-hand corner and click Administration. Then go to the User Management tab and click on the Team Roles and Permission Management. Notice we've already created several roles for you, like Account Owner, Sales, and Marketing. Each of these has typical permission settings that you can edit whenever you want. But you also get to create new roles, which we'll do now. Let's say you want to create a new role for Vet Tech. Click on Plus New Role. You'll need to share some info about your new role, so let's go through them. Role. This is the name of the role. Using our example, I'm going to put in Vet Tech. Role Manager. This is the person with oversight of your new role. Select Account Owner from the drop-down, and that'll make you the person responsible for this role. We won't go through all the sections on this page, but we'll do just a few more as examples for our new Vet Tech role. Can View Contacts gives you a drop-down of options including All, Owned by Me and My Roles, Owned by Me and My Subordinates, and Owned by Me. Remember that me in this context is the Vet Tech, not you, the administrator. Also, each of your contacts is assigned a contact owner. This option lets you say whether you want your individual vet techs to see all your contacts or only some of them. Can set tasks. Set this to yes, because you'll want your vet tech team members to set their own follow-up tasks. Can export lists. Set this to no, because I can't think of a good reason why your team should be able to export contact data from Ontraport. Frankly, I'd see this as a sign of something shady. Let's go down to the Task Manager. Leave all these options marked as yes, with the exception of Can Cancel. I'd suggest keeping your team members in control of the tasks, since that's the main feature your vet clinic team will be using in Ontraport. Administrator Tools. I'm going to turn all of these off because there's no reason a vet tech needs to be messing with your administrator tools. When you've done all this, click Save in the upper right corner. Obviously, you'll spend a little more time on this screen, but for the sake of getting you all set up, let's move on. Now that this new role exists, let's create and assign a user to the role. Start by going over the profile icon again and clicking Manage Users in the drop-down. Here you'll see yourself listed as the administrator. Click Plus New User. This will show you all the options associated with your new user, starting with their basic contact info. You'll be asked for more specific information below the Contact Information section. Here's Email From Name. This is the name that appears in emails that will come from this user. Let's put Sam Smith here. Reply to Email. This is the inbox your contact's email replies will go to. Scroll down to User Details and set your user's role. I'll set this to your new Vet Tech role. You can also set their manager and language settings here if you wish. Now let's talk passwords. If someone on your team loses their password, you can change it to a temporary one here so they can get back into their account. Scroll to User Permission Exceptions. We just discussed the permissions assigned to roles. In our case, the Vet Tech role. When you want a user to have permissions different than their assigned role would typically have, set up user permission exceptions. Let's say you have a Vet Tech team manager. You'll probably want them to be part of the attendant role, but with some individualized exceptions. This is more efficient than having to create a whole new attendant manager role just for them. Scroll down to Authorized IP Addresses. This is a series of IP addresses your user has accessed your account from and marked as authorized. This way, you can always see where users are logging in from. The last thing we'll go over is special field section permissions, which are a set of permissions for roles within a contact record. Head to the field editor. You'll see all your sections and fields. You'll learn more about each of these in our Customize Your Contact Records video. Next to each section's header, there's a button on the right for permissions. Clicking this shows you a screen where you can edit a role's ability to access a specific section of fields. This is powerful stuff. Rather than locking them out of the records entirely, you can just make the fields that are relevant to them accessible. So for the vet clinic team example, you'd probably want them to see their contacts, leads, and purchase information, but you might not want them to access something like system information or memberships. Click the Permissions button for each section and simply select whether the role can view and edit them. If you let them view each section, they'll only be able to see the data in each field. If you let them edit, they can change the data in these sections. This can be valuable if, for example, you have fields designed for note-taking during an animal care session with a client. And that's all there is to it. We've just created a vet tech role and set the permissions for it in Ontraport. We've also created a vet tech team user and assigned it to our new role. Now your Ontraport account is the hub of communication for your entire business and a place for your team members to get meaningful work done.